everyone, my name is Ashna and I'm your life coach, and today we are going to discuss about self-awareness. So when we heard the word self-awareness, what is the one thing that comes into your mind? Who you are? That's good. What do you stand for? Better. How do you see yourself? Even better. Your perception about yourself? Excellent. So all those four definitions are right. So self awareness means having complete awareness, which means having complete understanding or knowledge about your own self. Okay, so seeing yourself from your own eyes, not from someone else's eyes, if you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'll repeat it again. So, self awareness is all about seeing your own self from your own eyes, not from someone else's eyes. So, how do you see your own self? How do you analyze your own self? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What is something that triggers you? What is something that you do on a repeated behavior or pattern? So that's what self awareness is all about, having a complete, clear cut picture about your own self. So it's never just the good things about you, it has to include the bad things about you. Okay, so having complete understanding about who you say who you are, not what your girlfriend says, not what your neighbor says, not what your mom says, nothing related to that. It's who you say you are, right? Okay, so when we talk about self awareness, there are basically two important things that comes into your mind. One is strength, another is weaknesses. Okay, so now what I will do is I'll ask you to sit by yourself for the next 2 to 3 minutes, okay, and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on the basis of how much self aware you are about your own self. Okay, so on the rate of 1 to 10, rate yourself. Okay, so you can pause this video if you want to, and then come back on this video and take it from there. But don't miss out, because I'm going to tell you some strategies how you can be more self-aware about your own self, and how can I bring you from a lower number to a higher number, or how can we make you from less self-aware to more self-aware. And stay tuned for that, it's coming up in this video. Okay, and make sure when you're judging yourself, you're very honest with yourself. So like if you're 3, don't tell you're 7. Okay, so like rate yourself based on what do you think you are. Maybe you're 3, maybe you're 4. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Even I started at 2 or 3. That's okay, that's fine. There's nothing you need to worry about. Start with a lower number. If you're there, I'm not saying you're there. So it's okay to be at a lower number, like be 2%, be on 2 or 3 in terms of your self awareness, but it's not okay to stay over there. Okay, so it's okay to start from there and not to stay over there. So rate yourself and make sure you don't share this number with anyone, not even your best friend, not even your girlfriend or boyfriend, not even your parents. Don't share it with anyone. This number has to be just with you. Trust me on that. The reason behind that is we don't want anyone to know if your numbers are low. We don't want anyone to know that you are less self-aware, or even if your numbers are high, I don't want you to inflate that, hey, I'm 100% self-aware. No one is. No one would ever be. There is always something you have to know about yourself, and throughout your life you'll learn more about yourself. So keep this number with your own self. Try to bring it from a lower number to higher number. That I'll teach you how you can do it, but keep it with yourself. So pause this video for now and rate yourself and come back soon. Okay, perfect. So I hope you have rate yourself from 1 to 10, and now you are ready for the next session. So the next session is all about knowing how we can improve or increase your self-awareness level. So quickly grab a piece of paper and a pen. If you have a notebook, that would be perfect. Make sure you maintain a notebook. That's something I would recommend rather than having a piece of paper. In order to take you like more towards the spiritual journey or towards the self-awareness journey, it will be helpful because then you have the records of whatever you have been through or something in written, or maybe you can write it on the wordpad. If you're like a techie person, you prefer writing it on your laptop or desktop rather than writing with pen and paper, that's fine, that's completely fine. Whatever works best for you, just make sure that you have the records of it just for future references. Okay, so now with so make a 4 quadrants in your notebook. Okay, so those are your strengths, your your weaknesses, your strengths, your weaknesses, um, something you're proud of, and something you would like to work on. Okay, so make sure you title this as strengths, weaknesses, something you're proud of, and something you would like to work on. Okay, once it's done, pause this video for next 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, and just focus on your strengths and your weaknesses. Don't focus on what you're proud of or what you would like to work on. Just close your eyes for some minute and try to figure out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. And I'll be really honest with you, when I did this for the first time, I was just able to figure out 2 or 3 strengths within a period of next 5 minutes or something, or 2 or 3 weaknesses within a period of 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. So you won't be having complete records of what is your strength and what are your weaknesses. You won't be having a complete record of it at this point of time, but definitely you will be able to figure out some of your strengths. Like within you, you know it, I am confident, I am a people's person, I have good leadership qualities, I stand by my words, or anything. Or weaknesses, you can say that um, I'm not that organized person, or something, or any kind of weaknesses like I'm shy, or I am, yeah, like any kind of weaknesses. So like whatever comes into your mind, you have to make a list of it and keep on writing. And there will be some situations where probably within the next 5 to 10 minutes you won't be able to recall each and every of your strength like and weaknesses in that 5 minutes, but eventually, like by the end of the day, or maybe in next week, you'll be able to recall, yeah, this is my strength, I never recognized that. So at that time, what I will suggest you, as we all have our mobiles in our hand always 24 by 7 rather than having a book, so open a notepad or download some app which where you can keep the records of it. So write it down over there, write it down, oh, I remember this is my strength. And once you come back home, or if you're at home, put that strength or your weaknesses that you recall it, okay, that you figured out, in that notebook. Make sure you put that strength or weaknesses within a period of 24 hours maximum. The earlier the better, but don't forget about it and don't procrastinate about it. So always keep your strength and weakness in that list so that you know exactly what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. Okay, write it down. And don't take a lot of time. Don't sit with yourself for next 30 minutes to analyze your strengths and weaknesses. Just give yourself 5 minutes. That's what I'll suggest. uh, Take a 5 minutes break or 5 minutes pause. Figure out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and write it down. What I will suggest you, watch this video from here till the end, because even if you miss one step, you will lose that timing, lose that lose that friction, or like lose that pace. So don't try to skip it, because then you won't be able to achieve what I'm trying to help you to achieve in this video. Yeah, like don't try to skip from one, maybe 5 minutes to 10 minutes. You're not gonna gain anything out of it. So if you want, speed up this video and listen to it, but don't try to skip the time frame. Okay, so write it down, take a pause, and then come back. Okay, so now I think you have figured out what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. So that's awesome. Thank you for taking that time and figuring out and participating in this video. We would be now focusing on what you are proud of. So so there will be something that you know within yourself that's 100% true about yourself. So like, let's say if you're a very confident person, it's at the top of your mind, I am confident person, like there is no doubt I'm not confident person. Okay, so that are usually represented in your strength. So if you look into your strength, figure out some things, like maybe two, three, four, five things that you are like 100% proud of. So this is who you would like yourself to be represented as. So like, let's say if someone meets me, I would like to represent myself as a confident individual, or the person who stands by my own words. Okay, so that's what you want people to see you as, and you know that's who you are. Okay, so write down, like maybe it can be one, it can be two, it can be three, doesn't have to be four, five, six, right? Maybe like let's do with three. Let's do with three things that you're 100% proud of, and write it down. Okay, you can pause this video whenever you want, so I won't repeat this again, but yeah, feel free to pause this video at any point of time to understand and complete this activity. Okay, and now we'll be focusing on what you need to work on. So the work on metrics is something that you want desperately within yourself, that this is something I want to improve on. This is something I need to have it at any cost. There's nothing I won't do to have this quality within me. So it can be some, like you can say that, hey, I'm not good with time management skills, but I need to work on it. There's no way, this I need to fix the skills. So that's something your work on list will come into place. So this work on list is derived from your weaknesses. Okay, so make sure if you figure out, hey, time management is something I need to also work on, add it in your weakness, don't add it in your work on. Okay, so how we'll go forward with this, we will just start with one thing that you need to work on, just one thing, so look, have a deep analysis of your weaknesses, see one thing that you want to work on. So basically there are two types of person. One is someone who will start with something that's easy, and the another one is someone who will start with something that's hard. Okay, so first you have to analyze what kind of person you are. Do you start your morning with something that's easy, or do you start your morning with something that's hard? Both are right person. Okay, so both are right, because even if you start with easy and finish up with hard, that's okay. Even if you start with hard and finish up with easy, that's fine. As long as you're finishing it, that's more important. It doesn't matter, like if you start with hard and you're stuck with the hard for the entire day and you don't finish that hard, there's no point. Or if you start with easy and you don't reach till hard thing to do, even that's bullshit. So as long as you're finishing both the task, you're okay. So so you have to do, so if you're a person who starts with easy things at the first, okay, start with some easy weakness that you know I'll quickly do it. I'm 100% sure I'll be able to achieve that weakness very quickly. So that's one weakness that you need to figure it out, okay. And if you're someone who starts with your day with hard thing, you know that this is the priority, I need to fix this. So maybe your time management is a priority, or giving, or anything, any kind of priority, like you know this is something I need to fix it. So choose that task, just write it one. And I've heard many people saying that, ah, 5 is my lucky number, I'll write 5. Don't you dare to do that, don't you dare to do that, okay. So even I was that person. I made that same mistake, where I used to take 5 things in one work list, and I was like, okay, within 1 month, I'll be able to finish all 5 things. And that's next to impossible. Start with one. Once you achieve one, go on second. Start with second. Once you achieve that, go on third. Don't decide like 2 is my favorite number, 7 is my favorite number. I will do 7 things together. You're never gonna do one thing. Trust me. Trust me. Start with one, work on it, achieve it, jump on next. Once achieve it, jump on next. So that's how you will start. Just write one thing. One thing. If you're an easy person, start with easy. If you are someone who prefers doing hard things first, start with what's the most important, what's more the reason behind that is we have to get you in momentum in order to achieve that goal, okay. So make sure you are in the momentum so that we can quickly help, so that I can quickly help you to achieve that goal, okay. So work, so once you're done, you know it, right? Okay, so I hope you have like wrote down like what you want to work on and what you're proud of, okay. So those 3 or 5 bullet points that you have selected as something that you're proud of is your exact brand representation, okay. So it can be something like you're confident about, it can be something like you are very organized, it is something that you you are a person who stands by his or her your morals. That can be something. It can be something that you're a good team player. It can be something that you value certain things in life. So those are your your own personal brand representation, okay. So those is that's something you are 100% sure. If someone else, if Ashna comes and tells you, hey, you're not confident, you'll be like 100% saying that, fuck her. Sorry, I shouldn't have used that word. You will be able to say that, Ashna, no, you are wrong. I am 100% confident about it. Okay? So, so, so that's something is who right now you represent yourself to be. So this is something what you stand at this point. Maybe after 2 years, you might not want to like represent yourself based on this 5 points. You might want to represent yourself as someone who is very disciplined, okay. But right now this 5 discipline is not, it's maybe it's in your weakness, but that's what you see yourself in 5 years. So we'll be putting that into a work on category, and once you're like 100% confident about it, once it becomes your strength, we will be putting it as you're something you're proud of. So like even at night, if someone tells you you're not disciplined, you'll say that, shut your mouth off, and like I am disciplined. You don't teach me who I am. Okay, so that's the attitude I want you to develop, because that's where it says that you are 100% self-aware about your own self. Okay, so yeah, so once you're done, you're good. Okay, perfect. So what I will suggest you, keep on increasing your strengths. Keep on noting down, don't increase. Keep on noting down your strengths and your weaknesses, and something that's your brand representation, that's what you're proud of. And keep on working on your work ons. So work ons, how to work on it? Usually you have, like let's say you take one work on to be work on, one habit you want to work on, then give it a period of 2 weeks or 1 month. Usually it said that it takes 21 days to improve a new habit. It's up to you. If you're someone who is over ambitious, 14 days is good enough. If you're someone who is normal, 21 days. If you're someone who little bit procrastinates, then 1 month. So give it a reasonable time. Don't tell that I have five work on and I want to achieve that within a period of 1 month. That's never gonna happen. You'll lose every battles. Trust me, you'll lose that five battles. Start with one, jump one next. Start with another, jump one next. Okay. So once that work on converts into your strength, keep on working on it still, and then work on second. Okay. So then make sure you're achieving first as well as second. Then make sure you're achieving first, second, and third. Okay, till it's your brand representation, till you're like 100% sure that I am a disciplined person. No one can tell me I'm not. So till it becomes your brand representation, try to work it till it naturally comes within you. Okay, try to work on it. So that's how you can use this strategy to to change your brand representation and to be complete self-aware about your own self, and more like find out your own path. Okay, so now how I can help you to increase your self-awareness. So the best way to increase your self-awareness is to sit down in a quiet room, or maybe you can sit down in some yoga classes, or maybe on in some park. Okay, so sit down with your own self, no phones, no laptops, no distractions, no spouse, no one around you. Okay, sit down with yourself for next 15 to 30 minutes. Okay, and try to study your own self. Try to take out any pattern from the past or throughout the day, that you say that from this event I know that I have this strength, I have this weakness. So which means that my strengths are XYZ, my weaknesses are XYZ. So let's say you went in a party, okay, and you are very comfortable with the people around you, you are very confident, you are easygoing. So those are your strengths. So even if you go for a party, you are able to analyze your strength. So your strengths are you're a people's person, you're a confident individual. So those are your two strengths, right? So like any event in your life will help you to to understand about who you are. Okay, as long as you know how to analyze your own self from that event. The second thing is the history and patterns of your behavior. So the best way is to keep a record of the patterns of the behavior. So which means that let's say you wake up in the morning and you left to work without cleaning up your room, or without, yeah, so it sometimes seems like it's like a messy person or not that organized. It's okay not to be organized at this point, but it's not okay to be there for a long time. That's not you want to stand. So try to recognize that behavior, try to recognize that pattern, learn from it every single day. Even I'm not organized. Even if you see my room, I'm a messy person too. So there's nothing wrong to be messy, but staying there, it's not good. Okay, so see your patterns of behavior that you're doing, or that you are complete like you're doing every single day. And yeah, and then you can figure out from that what is something that, whether that pattern is your strength or it's your weakness. The third one is a gut feeling and or an instinct. So like within you, you know that I know that this is something I'm bad at, or this is something I need to work on. So that's a gut feeling or instinct within you. Sometimes, if you're a person who self sabotage yourself, if that's something, if that phase you are in, then don't listen that much to your gut feeling or instinct, because sometimes you take the crimes which you have not done, if you're getting my point. So like if you're a person who self sabotages yourself a lot, then you're suppressing yourself for things you have not done wrong. So don't, if that's your category, like not that's your category, if you're at that phase of your life where you're self sabotaging yourself, then don't focus much on gut feelings and instinct. Follow your patterns or sit down with yourself and try to analyze your own self. Or and the fourth thing is keep on giving yourself a honest feedback. Honest, okay? So honest is very much important word. So like which means that, let's say, if you are if you're a messy person, you don't keep your room clean, okay? So you have to be very honest with you. You have to tell them, hey, I am a messy person. You don't have to tell it to the world, you have to tell it to yourself. So you have to be very honest with yourself. So you have to tell, hey, I am a messy person. I rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe 2, but I'll make sure that I'm not any messy person anymore, okay? So you have to give yourself a honest feedback. So this honest feedback is should be written down somewhere, maybe in the same notebook where you're writing down about all the stuff. So keep on giving yourself a feedback, and make sure you also include why you, if it's your weakness, you want, even if it's your strength, make sure you include why do you think about that strength or weakness. So which means that, let's say, if you're a confident person, so you have to include what made you think, or why do you think you're a confident person. So okay, so let's say within you, there might be some situation which you have faced very confidently. Like if someone else was there in that situation, that person had like broke or something, they might have not have that strength to face that situation. So you know within yourself, like, if I have handled this in this way, I know I am confident within myself. Okay, so that's how you're giving yourself a surety, or you know it, like there's no way like someone else will tell you you are not a confident. So okay, so keep a feedback, like keep on writing a feedback, and make sure you include the element why why that's very much important. Or why do you think you are a messy person? Because you don't keep your room clean. So yeah, so obviously you're a messy person. So yeah, so keep a feedback of it, keep on giving yourself a feedback. Don't share any of your feedbacks with anyone. I don't care if she's your girlfriend, I don't care if she's your boyfriend, I don't care you're very close to that person, I don't care if that's your parents. Don't share. it's just it's just up to you. I don't want, like, if something wrong happens with your relationship with that person, I wish that never happens, but that person should not attack you with your weaknesses. That's my concern, okay? So don't share it. I know you trust that person, but sometimes you don't have to share everything with everyone. So give yourself a feedback, keep on working on it, keep on improving on it. And one mantra that I'll request you to keep it in your mind, that be more confident about your own self, okay? Try to rate yourself on your own, try to know yourself more than how much people know you. Because the thing is that if you don't know your worth, people will determine your worth, and if they determine your worth, it will be always less than your original worth. So if I know I'm an 8, and if I let XYZ person determine my worth, and if that XYZ doesn't likes me, they will rate me 3, and be a that will decrease my confidence. that will decrease, that will help, that will destroy me in a way that it will take a lot of time for me to recover. Okay, so make sure you know your worth. Make sure you're 100% self-aware about who you are, what do you stand for, what are your strengths, what are your weakness. And it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to have weakness. There is no human on this planet that's perfect, but it's not okay to stay where you are. Okay, and I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. My name is Ashna and my number is 236-881-4511. Feel free to like it, subscribe it, and do share your comments, or if there's any topic you would like me to make video on, I'll be happy to make. Okay, so all the best for your self-awareness journey or your spiritual journey. Know more about yourself and don't give anyone on this planet the power to decide your worth. Okay, okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.